Hey everybody, and welcome to Physics 2. Okay, so let me get to the right course here. Let's see, I'm on the wrong course. Here we go. Welcome to Physics 2. A lot of you had me for Physics 1 in the previous 5 weeks, but there are a lot who didn't too. So just in case this is helpful for those of you who haven't had me as professor. Okay, so we are running our course from Moodle. And you can get to Moodle by just typing in moodle.randolphcollege.edu. And then your login is going to be the thing that appears before at randolphcollege.edu in your email. That's your login. So for instance, mine's kshank@randolphcollege.edu. So the login for me is kshank, all mushed together. And then your password that allows you to get into the email system. Okay. So once you get in, you'll be able to see all the courses that you're taking. Now, this course, it won't say hidden from students anymore, because as soon as this video is done, I'm actually going to post this video on the site. Like you see here, this is from last year. Okay. Now, the first thing you can see down here is, I need to make this smaller. Sorry. So you can see a calendar, and you won't see it like this. It's really expanded right now, but you'll see when you log in that it's going to be a more regular size. But it's a good thing to print this out. The color doesn't mean much. You can print it out from a black and white. But it really is about keeping you on track. So we do have deadlines in the class, and each one is labeled on this calendar. And also, when you see the assignment on Moodle, you'll see the due date there as well. Okay, but you can see that right away on Monday, right, we have this, the pre-assignment for Lab 1 due, okay? Now, not everything that's due appears on here. I'm going to show you that in a second. On the first couple of weeks, we have some extras. But anyway, and then the thing you see in green here is the first lab. It's the harmonic motion lab. And this day is not the day it's due. It's the day we suggest that you work on it and possibly finish it, right? And then if you look, there's going to be a place where this is actually due, and it's right here. Lab 01 informal is due then. So it's not due until the 13th, but we suggest you get started. Okay. It's a good idea, actually, to make that your goal to finish the lab on that day. We know that may not happen. Okay. And then if we scroll down here, just get some usual stuff, video conferencing link, which is office hours, etc. It says lab sessions, but that's not the case. We don't have any synchronous content at all. It's all on your own time, but we do have deadlines. Okay. We have office hours, the contents of your lab kit, which you should look at when you get the lab kit. Now, if you're coming into this class, you've already took 105, you already have all the contents you need. Okay, but the people who are just taking 1106 should look through that lab kit. Now, you don't need it for the first couple labs, FYI. Okay, so if it's not there, don't panic. Okay, so let's take a look at lab 1. So lab 1, you'll see each lab has its own section in the Moodle page. And it'll say, what's your suggested day to complete the activities? Is the lab kit required? And then there'll be a to-do list. Now, this first one has a bunch, right? And you can see there's a bunch of stuff due on the 10th, that first day, that is not related actually to lab 1 specifically. It's stuff that you need to know for the whole rest of the lab, like statistics and significant figures. Those of you who took 1105 have already done these 3 things. And so, right, it'll be a little easier for you to do those. Okay. Now, there are different types of labs, all right? You might have seen that, for instance, lab 1 is informal. And all that means is that that there's a quiz down here that you need to take for that lab, okay? So it's not a formal lab report. You just take that quiz when you're done with your stuff, okay? And a lot of this other things are quizzes, so you'll be used to that when you get there. Let's take a look at lab 2. So lab 2, suggested day to complete the activities is the 13th. You don't need the lab kit. And there's a manual that tells you what to do. In all of these, there'll be a manual, some other info, and then a pre-lab. and then the informal report quiz. So this is also informal. So let's scroll down to one that is a formal one. So here is the first formal lab. Okay, so if you look here, of course, there's a manual, but there's also like the formal write-up guidelines, what you should do. And then there's even a quiz about those, right? Those requirements, so that you're really on the same page when you start to write that report. Okay, so you can get the best grade. And then the usual and then a place to turn in your formal report. Okay. All right. So I hope that gives you a good start to the lab. There's really only two types, the formal written and the informal. We don't have an oral report, for those of you might be wondering. We did have that on the first on the 1105 class, but we don't have it for this one. Okay, so this will all be open for you by Monday. But I'm going to be sending out this video to you so that you'll get an idea of what's going on in the lab before then. All right, well, good luck, and we'll see you in class.